It's just down and to your left.
And you tap with your right.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. It's Crypto IRA. The really drives you out. Let's hit the like button now.
I wait for someone to save. I want to tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think what people are best if I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think what people are best if I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would've been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think what people are best if I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think what people are best if I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would've been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? Wish you all the best I can, then I stop myself for a while. Yeah. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Digital, digital, digital. The cash digital, digital. Dash digital. Digital, digital. Digital, digital.
Just gotta have that cowbell. One man's lemon water is another man's cowbell.
living my truth, no tricks. I'm just trying to feed my kids. I'm just trying to keep my way. I'm just trying to live my life while we get rich. Mind my biz, money gon' come, some go. Man, if you know, you know. I've been through highs and lows. Here for the ride, I go. Slide and roll. Up and down, but I get up. The numbers crunching, no sit-ups. I grew up and got dripped up. Purple label, my get up. That's 101, not a one and done. Month to month, and there's more to come. I told Cushy, let's run it up. Now it's millions on millions. Yeah, none of my cash can fold. None of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold. None of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, dash digital, go. Digital.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's another asshole doing TA on crypto. Enjoy. You suck, Sean.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to the late night crypto with Road Dog. Glad to have you here. We're looking at the market, and I think she's looking a little bit more improved. We had that big dump Friday. Oh, it was sad. It was very sad. But I'll show you what I like about this so much, and what we were looking for here. Swing low to swing high. Watching this particular area very carefully, because we had one bounce here, right? We came into this green cloud. And I don't like that, because she can be nasty to us and spit us out on the downside. Don't ever like getting in the middle of those green clouds. And we blow this up so you can see this thing. So we did that, and 100 moving average, that's this white line, was down there too. Give us that little added little support there. Love using these thighs together, moving averages and Fibonacci's together. I even appreciate my green cloud, even, you know, she's just there for, you know, just a little backup. She's my backup singer. We came up, dashed everybody's dream Friday, man, but came back, didn't go lower than that area. Actually, we made a higher low here, wicking down to that. Meaning, baby, this place is holding, it counts. And if we hold this area, not dropping back to anywhere lower than 382, that means a good move. And coming back down and testing that area one more time and saying, yep, that's pretty solid. Getting out of this green Ichimoku cloud. I need to see some green over here, though. I need to see some green over here. So Ichimoku says we're not quite out of the woods yet, just for that straight up motion, but we're looking good. These plays can take, we're here, you know, on a big asset here. It can take a little bit, but once she gets going, this can turn into a good move. And I know this is some people's first go-to when they do this. Flag to the upside. Oh, but I mean, on this particular thing, let me make sure I got that little guy right. Going from that wick all the way to the top, wick right there. But it's a one-to-one move. It's an AB equals CD off of this 382 area right here at 382 Fibonacci. And that does bring us up here to our little cheaters line at this negative 618 Fibonacci guy, saying, hey man, we get to get a full turn on this leg. She's about to give us a true one-to-one here. Just a probability. That's a target that's hard to believe after what we've been through for so many past few years, and thinking that we're just going to blast up there. I think that's the wrong thing to think, but just thinking that is where this whole range says we got a good chance to get there, better of a chance to getting there than if we pulled back any deeper. So that's a pretty outstanding target. So we got to mark it. That's a 76,000, and I know it seems hard to fathom that. Oh man, I can't. Yeah, she's been saying that like every couple of months. Yeah, we're going to break out. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. I mean, YouTube is full of that. We're not out of the woods yet. We still got to get past this red trend line. We breached it before, but we haven't cleared it. So we still got hurdles before us, but I'm just here to tell you that we're making the good first, the right steps. We're taking our best foot forward instead of a mediocre foot forward here. It's looking good. I also want to draw your attention down here on the 4 hour. These 3 moving averages that I have. These are some bigger ones that track the bigger momentum play here. And basically everything is crossed. This orange was the 800 moving average, and everything is crossed above it. It can, and that should be a nice, strong push there. We may not feel this immediately, but right around the corner, we're going to get the effects of this. And let's hope that there's not a drop involved in it, because that would suck. Sometimes that does happen. But right now, these other moving averages over here saying, no, not yet. We should get a pump and then maybe kind of fight our way through there. But this is good overall. That means that on this particular time frame, we have flipped the ribbon. All these moving averages are now in a starting to line up in the sequential order, all of them except for the little silly ones that don't matter as much. The smaller ones, the 9 moving average to 21, they get back in line real quick. But all the other ones, they are now officially in sequential order on this time frame. Kind of juicy. So we're closing the weekly candle today, and it's always good to get a feeling of what's going on in the market on the weekly. We'll come over to the Christmas tree candles, and let me get rid of this Fibonacci there so we can actually see what we got going on in this chart. And the first thing I'm going to point out is that we got our cross to the 9 over the 21 and prices above the 21. It should just get better from here. I mean, we've got a range all the way down to that 9 moving average, so that's at 63,000. So don't get too twisted. We got a nice little $4,000 range that we can bounce around in here, right? So don't get too ahead of yourself. Is that a line? We got a line drawn. Is that for a particular? Oh, I got a prediction line. I forgot what it meant, but it's for tomorrow, October. Oh, did I erase that? We were doing. Was that on this chart? Oh man, well, how did you keep that if I didn't keep the others? We do have, so I've got a wishy-washy prediction, October 30th, something going to happen. That was my take. Actually, I think what I had, I thought I was looking for us to reach this area down here by that day. That was what I think I put out there. Clearly, we're not doing that. We're bouncing. And whee! I like that idea even better. So there you go. See what this, so you're kind of irrelevant from that aspect. No need to have that there. So weekly, get off track there. Weekly looking good. We got the 600, the 360, the 200, the 100, the 50, and now we got the 21 and the 9. Now in the weekly, they have all just officially flipped into the right sequential order finally. And that's good. We're above this little cloud. And look, the weekly cloud is starting to turn up there. Makes me want to see what the MACD is doing on here on the weekly. Because he's the one to pay attention to. If we'd been paying more attention and listened more closely, like I promised myself that I would back up here, I'm convinced, and I have been convinced, I just didn't listen to it. Again, I don't know why. I promised myself that I'm going to pay attention to this weekly MACD at these crossings and pay attention when it looks like it's getting ready to cross on the weekly. That will help you get out on these tops and get out in a better shot. And we talked about, we even talked our way through it here on the channel. I have no excuse. I have no excuses, but we talked our way through it and then talked about how it works and everything. And I just sit there and just let it happen. So, I mean, I did a little, but I wasn't convinced of it. Anyway, right now, she flipping the script, baby. She's saying it's time for a little upswing, put a little up in our step now, because on that whole downswing, we've been in this, and now she flipped the script to do more like what she did back over here. How cool is that? Let's go over that again. When we reached our peak and we started this downtrend, she was going down and she was in the red. Earlier, she flipped blue right here. Betwixt these two lines, and betwixt those two lines, we had a major we came up a lot. That was graceful. Thank you. I practiced in the mirror. Saw you kissing it yesterday. Shh, shh, shh. Anyway. 175% on Bitcoin last time it did that. She had a little struggle here, went sideways a little bit and whatnot, as you would expect price to do. But what if What if, ladies and gentlemen, we took this little boss pattern over here? Let's get a little silly bullish tonight, shall we? Let's do something a little adventurous. I'll get you right here on this one, right? Hey, darling. Take you up here and let's see what we got. I'm just going to flip-flop this little guy right over here because, hey, man, why not? What if we get something like this? This is a fractal idea. They rarely ever play out exactly the same, but they are kind of cool to kind of mimic some levels. And I've got these price tags in the way. Gosh darn it. Move some stuff out of the way there. We'll hit reverse and get it back. So that's kind of cool. It comes up past our little yellow light and goes for a retest and then just pops on through. Does that idea fit with our trend lines? It doesn't not fit. Are we being kind of silly here? A little speculative. We are being speculative. But I like that idea just to give a little weekly hoping. Breathe it in. Hold it. Don't let it go. Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh no, she broke back into the pattern, then she's going to slam to the downside. Let's not get ahead of herself. That is what happened over here, though, isn't it? That's so crazy. So crazy. All right, so we're through speculating on Bitcoin. She looks kind of cool. I'm come to a different chart here, and let's go to the smaller time frame. 4 hour again. Again, 382 Fibonacci tracking it over here, too. That's how important it is to me. We had a trend line here. She kind of... Anyway, we doing some good things above the 9, above the 21. Now we're above the 50 moving average. We just gotta get those little guys to cross here, and they're trying to do it right now, crossing order. She may be a bumpy ride. You may experience some turbulence as price starts extending toward the $69,000 area, but that is where I can see us possibly going. It looks astoundingly evident that we will revisit this area about $70,000, $75. This last little top that we had over here before the market just kind of crapped its pants and all over me too, and drove us down for that one more time and surprised us with how low it could limbo. You got to limbo for a Lambo in crypto. So we got to get above 70,100 and see what we can do there. Even if we just wick up a little bit, it's better than nothing. We just go up and touch the rim. You know, at least we did something, right? That's all we need. But she looks like she wants to do a little bit more. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking our head and shoulders. Our dingle dangle pattern there is getting a little something going on over here in the rear view action. Looks like it's trying to wrap around the hip, and I don't know what it's got in mind. But it's something that's going to make things price shoot up in the air. So let's see if we can just giving it some encouragement. We got some good signs. Not trying to be overly bullish, but it looks like it looks like we might have an interesting and good week for Bitcoin. I'm not saying pile in now. It's your last chance, because everybody's been saying that for the last 3 weeks. It's your last chance to buy altcoins this cheap. And every weekend, I think we kind of look back and say, oh, really? Got it cheaper right now. The last chance. We go by, man. Look, it's our old sell again. So we should probably take a look at total 3 just briefly here, and I'm just going to go to the daily because, hey, we can probably all see it going on right here. Anything that we need to know. I would say the biggest thing, the most encouraging thing that we got all in the total 3 is, hey man, look, we're above the 200 moving average. Can we hold it? Got some resistance at the 9 moving average, but it would be. We got to reclaim that, make it our bitch again, rise above it, and then we'll just watch these guys travel on. I'm telling you, the 100 is still stuck under the 200 moving average here on the daily. That's kind of a bigger time frame. That's going to be a little sandbag from us. You're going to see altcoins kind of, I mean, they'll go up as Bitcoin goes, but again, Bitcoin will, as predicted, start still in the show. Altcoins will go up, but not quite on par with Bitcoin. That's my prediction there. Given all that, let's start getting into the altcoin markets. What's up, people? Have you guys ever seen the Tangem wallet? Tangem ring? That's kind of cool. I'm just saying, subliminally, you probably want one of these. It'd probably fit on your finger. They come in various sizes, man. I think it's starting a size 8 on up to like a 12, maybe a 13. If not one of those, then definitely a Tangem wallet, or just get, the wallet and ring pack. That's what you need. Secure wallet. I got some. I like them. You need an NFC enabled phone to use that correctly. Let's carry on. Let's rock on. Ah! That's the only shield I got for tonight. Look at this market. Look how beautiful it is. Look at the green. Look at the big bubbles. Look at the big old. I like bubbles. 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 We're going to take a look at this one. But I do have your request before we start getting into all that. Let's go say hello to everybody here in the chat. How's it going, chat? Boom, I gotta go up the top. We got Trade Tuition, who is first. Not only was he first once, he smashed that like button. And then he was first yet again. Playing on hot. I'm just saying. He was first twice. Is there nobody quicker, faster than Trade Intuition? Is there no competition for Joe? There's Angel's guest list. How's it going? We got Mr. Barnum. The closer says Moonwell's breaking out. We'll take a look at that one. Soon we will all be geniuses, says Mr. Says Angel's guest list. Kind of crazy to ask, but can you tell me what you see in the Dogecoin chart? It's not crazy at all. We look at that stuff. I try to only talk nasty about them if the chart's nasty. Otherwise, I got nothing to say. If they're above a 9 moving average, I always got something good to say. Guarantee. There's Strega. How's it going, Strega? Father of 3 says, what's up? Dope channel. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks for the compliment. Welcome to the channel. Tommy 2 liters. I still can't get over that name. That's awesome. What's up? Freedom holla if you hear me. Holla. Smash the like for the roll, dog. Drop your portfolios. What? Jackson says, what's happening? Are we going down or up? I think we're going up. I think the rockets are starting to go through their final free flight checklist. And I think we're starting to gear up the ignition, testing it out. A little smoke coming from the engines, but we're not quite at liftoff yet. But it looks like to me, I think there might be a possibility that there will be a countdown in the future. This week, I hope so. I would hate to see us take a week to act on this information, but things are starting to line up. It's starting to look good. I expect it to be turbulent, you know, when them rockets start going off. It might be bumpy. It might need to... Hope it doesn't need to parachute down and try again. That would suck. Jackson says Q&T, please. Q&T has tried my patience, man. Whew, I feel for you on that one. All right, let's get into it. We'll take a look at Moonwell. Because it apparently is mooning well. It just does not want to stop. It's like, no, man, I'm gonna keep going, dude. I got places to go, people to see. I got bears to rock, man. I had a take profit target just right up here to where we were before as a safe trade, because she was right here where I like to get in. Well, I guess it was over here, wasn't it? That's where our play setup came in at, was over here, and she had a little up and a little down, and they do, you know, hey. The question I guess you got to ask yourself is, if you have a trade set up like this, that's a legitimate question. And she starts going up. Are you taking all your profits there? Just like, I quit. That's it. Partial profits, no profits. Just letting, I mean, does it scare you when they come down? Are you one of those that are going to sell the first red candle you get? Because if you keep doing that, you'll never catch those big moves. You'll never get these big moves if you're always selling on the first red candle, getting emotional or anything. And I see that a lot by some teachers in this space, and I just don't understand. But just getting in, setting a stop loss, and letting it go and taking your chances on it, and they don't always work. Sometimes they do get stopped out. Sometimes things don't get worked out. But in my personal opinion, the closer you buy to a trend line, better chances you have. And look, she's wanting to rock and roll. Go, Moonwell. Now, I just got a target right up here because we're in price discovery. That was a safe target. This was a safe trade I threw out. That's what it is. We're already up here 15%. And we could get up to, what was it, 21%, 22% on this particular move. But now is this, and that was a good trade. That's a good trade setup. I should have added more to my position down here. I don't think I did. I can't remember if I did or not. So now we're kind of in a neat conundrum. I can't do it. I don't want to do it on this chart. I want to do it on a different chart. Let's go gate. Oh, that looks good. Oh yeah, I have messed this one up. Let's see if we can do. Hey, you got more. Oh, they got more info. Well, this makes things more interesting. That helps me out even better than what I was going to do. Hell yeah, let's see what we're getting at now. We got data. You can. How far does that wick go up? I mean, you want me to trust that though? Oh look, it's 91 cents. What if she goes to 91 cents? That's a 10x from here. You're hoping for 10x's, but hopefully you got it around 1 to 2 cents. All right, so what we're going to do here, since we got this untrustworthy wick is what I look at them for them at, but we do have a candle close on a daily. Oh, you're up higher than I thought. Right up here. I'm going to take that little guy, pull him down, and we'll see if we got anything that lines up. Are we even close to that? Well, yes, we are. We're in the big boy leagues now, ladies and gentlemen. We broke out of our discount zone clearly. It wicked right up to it and said, nope, here and no further. The nature of the fibs. We did several falling wedgies to the downside, and then we finally kind of started coming up, blah, blah, blah. We're headed toward here. I mean, that's what we got to do, is we got to go there and see what she can do. What's so interesting, we have no noticeable areas over here of resistance. At least on this chart, got nothing to work with. What is a person to do? What can you do in those situations? One such thing is right here saying, man, she's at a good take profit area right here in 9 cents. That is readily apparent as that this could be it. I want to check some other things. Are we topping? She's at a good resistance level. I'm just saying, if you haven't taken profits in this, you need to pay yourself for real. She breaks up above this. Hey man, it is on, but are you gonna? She does look bullish. I got to give you that. Let's come over here to the weekly. Get rid of some of this noise. Oh crap! Are you for real? Moonwell, are you getting ready to be something big? All right. What I'm seeing is on the weekly, we got money flow flipping green. And that's kind of hella big. Stochastics are buried at the top. Momentum wave looks like it's still got some momentum going. VWAP's coming down just a little bit. Let's see, a little mishmash, but mostly really good. I would tell you to be careful with this. Even Ichimoku Cloud's got this area about 3.7, 3.8 cents kind of marked out around this 0.5 fib level. I don't even know if I got the right fib pulled up. So we got this Fibonacci. Did we get the areas? The 618 is up here. I'm gonna keep him in mind. I don't think it's about to immediately go up there. I would be very surprised. I would expect a rejection there. There is some bearish divergence that is forming here, but it's not confirmed yet. That's the thing about it. Not yet confirmed, but it's in an area where it can confirm soon. So I would keep an eye on this. This is on the, are we on the weekly? You want me to watch this on the weekly? I'm a DJ and we don't do that. Yeah, you are correct. I get that. Man, 3-day looks... All right, so here's my verdict. Okay, if we're going by fib strategies, we want to look for it to come back and possibly retest that, right? So you might find support here where it's last topped and come down and retest that. That's about 7.5 cents. That would be a good place to start nibbling in my personal opinion. If, however, this is resistance here, and that's probably going to be a 382 fib. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. And yeah, that's right in that 382 fib area to where, baby. She could get that big bounce up. I would keep an eye on this one. I would not buy here because simply for the rule that, hey man, we just don't buy at resistance. Just like we should not should not short at support. We shouldn't be thinking about, oh man, this looks like a great time to get in. Even if she goes up higher, not still, I think you'll see it's probably not. Now watch her go straight up to $10. You suck, Road Dog. You went straight to $10. Well, but the majority of cases, it's not. So if we'll do an if it breaks past this trend line, we just connected the dots from this one to that one. That's it. Okay, that's all it is. Or if it gets past this 382, if it gets past 11 to 12 cents or something, you got something going on, and she may get ready to skyrocket to 18 cents. But I see it. I don't see it as being likely. But the Ichimoku Cloud is saying, well, I can do it. Trust me. Just give me a chance. I can do it. That's what she's saying, and I'm like, come on now. Let's be real with what we can do here now. Let's get to our senses. 4 hours got a little bit more sense, but she's still bullish too. What's up with you? You think you're going to go higher? Moonwell? You're above the non-moving average. I cannot say a bad thing about it. Well, Moonwell, well, if I had to guesstimate on where she would go, I would stick to maybe she will wick up here. I don't think she will hold it. I don't. I think she'll come back, and then I think that there would be a good chance to get it back at this level. Maybe a little, maybe hopefully a little lower. Some other ideas to look at is if she comes back. Ooh, she may not make it that far again. Where do we have our 382? Just assuming that we got a top in there. 382 is coming here. Oh, you're still in that area. That's at 6.9. But to do that, she would have to break this trend line, and I don't think it would hold. Curious to see what happens along this trend line, first of all, because that was the pattern or channel, however you want to look at it, we broke to the upside of. This one should have broke to the downside. It did not. Therefore, it does have the opportunity to go for a strong parabolic move, but we want to see if it retests. We do not want to see it breaking the pattern because it could just skip it through all this and come down here and just wreck your whole world saying, oh, you suck. Never want to see this coin again. And maybe you can come down further. We don't want that to happen because that would suck. That would not moon well. I'm here all week, folks. All week. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. All right, let's. Sean, lock the door. Don't let them leave. There's only 11 people here now. That's because you talk too long on bullshit. Hey. Sunday, Lord's Day. Quit. All right. Father 3, we're going up. Warthog Thunderbow says, hello all. How's it going, Warthog? Glad to have you here, my man. Can we get some trade set up on Coinbase, OP, and QNT? So we got OP and QNT. Let me check out Doge real quick. I've also got to go over Notcoin. That was a request last night, right when I was leaving. Look at this beautiful, messy chart. I can't even read. What is going on here? You're just all defibrillated, refibrillated. Oh, I see. Let's get rid of these guys. They're so confusing. So the blue lines are measure moves. This one is from this head and shoulders idea pattern. The top one up here is from the falling wedge pattern, and I think this one is from the flag. So the targets I got for Doge are still at 15 and a half cents and possibly moving up to 16.8. That's where the measure move is, 16.8. She had a pullback and wick down to retest the trend line, but she could still come back down to these areas, and I wouldn't I wouldn't be disappointed to see that happen, because that happens a lot with the inverted head and shoulders pattern. I see, like, sometimes I might get a second retest. Just keep that idea open. So it's good to take profits on the way up on these things, or a little bit, and whatever your strategy may be. So Doge looks Doge is cool. She has broken out. Let's go to a 4 hour. Or have you? Not the way that I drew you. No, I went from this candle body up there, wick to that candle body. So I've got her like this, and you know, that will vary from people. They'll see something different, maybe a different angle in how they drew it, or what is going on there, man? I'm just trying to stretch that out. But this is what I've got. This is how I'm treating it. It's because I went to a wick on the top and then to that candle body. And you might even, some people make an argument. Yeah. So I don't think we actually got, I wouldn't consider this a breakout of what I see. One of the things that I think is important here is to take this trend line and carry it up. All this stuff does not carry on past this trend line. I mean, we still respecting that trend line, so I think we're good. I think we're good. And she can probably continue and actually get a breakout here. And that seems to put us into this channel. And we'll just have to see how long that'll last. But that gives us an idea that she can come up, and we got a measure move, and there we are. It's showing that channel idea, showing just a wee bit more confidence that can get hit. So I kind of like 16.8, 15.5, and then we got 16.8 for Dogecoin. All right, let's take a look at OP. Good Brown Gravy says, is GOAT doomed? We'll take a look at GOAT. I haven't heard any news on it to make me think that, but I noticed it did have a little bit of a pullback. Father 3 said, so Tao listed for 12 cents on MEXC way back when. Yeah, Tao's been killing that. I found out, I started paying attention to, I think it was about between $50 to $70 in that range. But I was slow getting in. I didn't just like, oh, I'm going to buy me a $2,000 worth or anything. I nibbled and nibbled and nibbled on it. Okay, so trades on Coinbase, OP, and QNT. OP on Coinbase. Oh, you dropped. You suck. OP, what are you doing? You're supposed to go the other direction. You cut through all that. All right, so on the daily, here's my good news. 800, 600, 300, the big ones. Those are the extra 3 moving average I've got there. They're doing good. They're okay. So I don't know what the finagling had to happen, and drive prices below these guys and get us below our standard line. This should be our base from now on. I mean, you can start thinking of it that way. Once we recover it, that should be our floor area, around $2 for real. They're all up and they're ready to make it happen. So prices are recovering. They're going to try to recover these areas. We got trend line area support, these areas of support. So they caught. We've got and we're stair stepping our way up. Moving averages are, prices reclaiming them. Just taking a little bit of a while. We're testing the 100 right now. 50 is above the 100, so that's good. All these, recover those. And so we got some downward pressure, but we got enough bigger momentum that can keep us afloat, but it does look kind of choppy right now. So it looks like they're trying to do some kind of little reaccumulation down here. And I think we've already did this, right? Let's just check them. Sometimes I do something crazy or forget something crazy and get off. So I always like to go back and recheck these levels. So this area from swing high to swing low under this 236 area, that's my discount zone. That's your cheap place to get it. Usually one of the best places to buy. And we're still just pretty much smack dab in the middle against the trend line. One of my favorite places to actually buy. So if you're not in it or want to add to your bag, it's not a bad place. We haven't come back to 105 since we had that big scary dip. That probably flushed a lot of players out of this. But 195, that's actually the area that I've got. Let me adjust that. 195.8. And then 251. But the sweet spot I'm looking for about 342. Where we were at back in April. Or higher. We can get back there. It kind of seems like, man, I can't see this thing doing anything. And that's what it felt like over here too. In OP back in September, but a year ago. But then she went up. So we're just now at the phases where we're getting started. So really good time to be DCAing into the projects that you like, if you like that, or find good setups on good days. It's not a good time to be chasing green candles. I'm just saying. I don't think it's ever a good time to chase the green candles. It always seems to come back on you one way or another. All right, so OP looks cool. Let's see what it looks like on the smaller time frame. You look rough here. What's going on with you? Noisy chart. I'm just connecting my lines here. That'll have to do for right now. So we seem to be in a channel. It's a bearish channel. They normally break to the downside, and when they don't, it gets awful fun. Looks like it's going to do the fun part. It's just having a little trouble getting started. I like the moving averages, what they're telling me here on the 4 hour. Let me zoom out to the daily here. That's where we were. That was where it all cut through. Okay. We got the death cross. That sucks. That's the sell signal. It came after it dropped, by the way. That'll come, and we'll probably we're above the 9, so we're trying to regain these areas. So it looks to me like we're trying to bounce and at least come back up to 170 in that area for OP. Whether we will get past it or not, I don't yet know, but it looks like it likes to kind of do double bottoms a lot. So it may be trying to work on another double bottom here. But we'll have look, we got twins, a set of twins, or a cow with 4 udders. I don't know. Anyway, this is going to be some. It's going to be shaky for a little while. So I would not doubt it does something like that before she finally starts getting out of this little zone about 170. And let's take a look at QNT. Because you don't want to blink on this one ever. Jeez. Look. To the upside. Well, this looks like a good area to buy. This coin. She did what we didn't want her to do. She coming down here. So we got a double bottom scenario going on here. Oh, another one of those quadruples. We went down it on this one either to do the same thing that OP. Actually, it looks like really similar to OP on the moving averages I'm seeing. Let me go to the daily here. No, not that similar. Oh, well, yeah. They're backwards though, man. That's not good. This one, man, oh man, you got this over here too. I think it's safe to say this one's going to be a very, very slow play until she starts moving little by little, but I've been disappointed in it. We're still in our little accumulation zone technically until we get above $75, and looks like there's going to be a big old mess when we get back close to 100. It's going to be hard to get past that. But it looks like she's trying to do another little double bottom area over here. She did one here. Came up, and it looks like we're probably going to do another one here, and it kind of, you know, here and here, and maybe we'll finally start working our way out of here. But man, Definitely not the fastest horse in the barn right here, or the fastest horse in the stable, or on the racetrack, if it could even make it to the racetrack. That's a pretty cool idea if we're looking at maybe a wedgie type. So, I mean, if for someone that wants to be in it, it's at a great time, I think, to look at getting a position build in it, or maybe adding to a bag that you got, because she's down low, and she can't get to 120, 140. She just hasn't yet been able to do very much, and it got her on everybody's radar because it pumped up to 430. Looks like a big old winner. It's got a lower number of the coins the most, and you would think it would have a better price action, but clearly it's just not its time yet. But hopefully it will be. Let's see, I think we're taking a look at Goat. Goatius Maximus. Whoa, what? Let's come over here and see what she's doing. All right, so didn't have a clear channel top on this one. I would say that would probably be about as close as we could get. It's noisy though. All right, so I've got us coming. I've got a target down here at 43. Let me clean. I just want to clean some of this stuff off. So I know it's crazy until that one day you actually see it here, right? Would you have thought when we were down here and coming back to 30? I think I picked this going up about 37. All right, so 1 hour, she's on the 200 moving average. We're going to zoom out a little bit. 50 on the 4 hour. Nah, we need a little bit more noise. All right, so I know lots of people looked at this and said, look, what a beautiful cup and handle to the upside. You know they did. You know who they are. And I would say that one probably had some legitimacy since it was, you know, still within this trend line. I would have been looking for, I wouldn't be calling a cup and necessarily a cup and handle, but I would be looking at this trend line definitely. It spells it out right there. But breaking, how we do it on this channel, you break the trend line, that's your sign to get out and have stop losses below major trend line. Just like we want to buy in, we want to have stop losses below them. So she lost that, and then some people will be looking at this as a double top or an M pattern. Some people might see an M. I don't with that, but still, it has the same effect. Some people saw, you know, it made a beautiful head and shoulders right here, but it faked us out, and I was like, I'm going to jump back in, so I did. But then she comes up and she makes this. Now, if you're playing this as an M pattern or a double top situation, one thing to do is look for bearish divergence. Does she have it? And yeah, it's some slight. It comes down. Does come down, right? Oh, it's about equal. It's there. It's tiny. It'd be easy to miss. But with an M pattern, you've also got a neckline on them, and the M measure move. Which ironically, I just got to say this, it's the same exact thing if you just said, hey man, that looks like a channel, a sideways channel. Oh my God. Oh my God, no, say it's not true. It can't be that simple. It's got to have a fancy name. Or be part of somebody's fancy elusive strategy. It can just be a channel. What's a cup and handy double top M? Or it's just a channel that broke to the downside. Tells us that we're coming down. It's just easier. I'm just saying, after being through this and seeing how people how nitpicky it can get over what pattern this is and what it is and how you interpret this, I mean, for real. Can we take a look at this? How many patterns you got in here? If you want to see patterns, if you really want to see things, I mean, this one, which that's legit to look for it there. It is. I'm not denying it. You got that one. That's one. Yeah, I got the cup in handy to the upside. That's why they call me. You know, you got that one. All right. You got the M topper. That's 3. That one's bearish. We got 2 bullish, 1 bearish. And then of course you've always got that one guy. That one guy, and the only thing, the first go-to thing is flag to the upside. Woo! It's always that, but it's rarely ever. And then there's always this to the upside. And I never understand that. But anyway, I'm just talking. That's 4. Is there any more? Am I missing any? Yeah, I guess I am. You could be, oh, well, she didn't flag out. She's just down a. Well, that looks more like a channel. I would say that it's still in that channel, because it stays in that channel until it does it, and it went on through. I was trying to get for one of these. I don't really see them. Following. So I got 4 patterns that I could have gotten here, but the easiest, most simple way is just zoom out and say, oh, we got this going on here. Let's see if we can respect that angle a little bit. Oh, we're in a channel. Okay, well, we just ping pong then, huh? So if we break the channel up here, we got a measure move taking us up about 110. If we break it down here, we got a measure move, should take us somewhere around close to 42 cents. Could. So, I mean, it just makes things easier, I think, if you just do that. I'm telling you, channels and triangles. Just those simple ideas, you can get by so far in this market. You can outpace the 1 minute flag boys in the morning. I'm just telling you. So megaphony pattern. That got a megaphony in it. You see the megaphony? It's got a 52% chance to break to the downside. But we're just in it right now. It's a bearish pattern, but they're fun to play. Didn't quite have the gas to make it up to a higher high, so that's the first sign this guy's probably playing out. If you're looking at this guy and tracking the trend lines, right? That's all we're doing. Outside trend lines, zooming out, tracking the trend lines, the easiest thing to do in the world. And that's your first sign of weakness. Now, does it mean we don't know it's going to come down and break down here yet? It usually does, but that's how these patterns work. But doing it as a sideways channel as best that you could. Or even before that, this is what you're looking at before. So when this started going on, you know, they got those 2 ideas. And even right there. All right, so Gotis Maximus, she's at a 200 moving average on the 1 hour. It may hold for now. I would say it will probably come up. One of 2 things are going to happen here. Either we get rejected here at the bottom of this channel, and then we start coming back down here, or we break back into the channel and then, well, shoot, we could get a really strong move up to 88 cents. So one of those 2 things happening, the Ichimoku cloud and these 2 measure moves, or these 2 moving averages over here, hint to me that we got a decent shot of that happening for real. I would watch it for a possible bear trap. So the 1 hour, if it holds above the 200 moving average, I would look for that. It should regain that 9 moving average, that green one, if it's going to do something, and it looks like it's trying to. Smaller time frames, this is what it looks like. Instead of being on the 200, on the 15 minute, we're on the 800, and that's pretty significant. So we could track it on here on the 15 minute. Same thing, it needs to break above that 9 moving average. If it doesn't, looks for that's down here. Could just come on down. Remember, we are still in another channel, because price likes to travel in channels. And so we're in this guy right now. Paint it red cause I have no black. All right there we go. And when they're getting to a channel and they make a partial decline, it's worth looking at, and we could be doing that. And that's usually what you see before they do break out, so let's keep that in mind. You could have read it as that here, but it didn't work out. So I mean, if she loses it, it could be a straight drop. We don't want that, but it also could be the beginning of a partial decline, and it being on the 800 moving average on the 15. I'd say let's watch and see. It might be it. This could be the W to the upside. Again, look for 65. See what happens there. Is it a retest, or we break it on through to the other side? If we break back in here, oh, it's on. If we get rejected there, hey man, maybe 43. I feel like I talk too much about these coins. Warthog Thunderbolt, I'm just great trying to learn TA. Thanks for your in-depth explanation. Oh, thank you for that. That's feedback. That's good. That's good. Sometimes I feel like I get too much and people just tune out. I don't know how I'm received sometimes. I don't even know if it makes sense sometimes to people. I hope it does. So I'll just share what I do, and I try to explain the tools I'm using and why I'm doing it, or why I'm looking for it. That's what I'm trying to do, and I may not always do a great job of doing that, but that's kind of the goal that I'm trying to do. There's a lot of information out here by a lot of people seeking fame and fortune, and they are getting it. And I'm not against paid trading groups. I'm just saying that there's a lot of smoke and mirrors involved in some of the most notable ones out there. There just is. And I don't think you're being fed as accurate knowledge as you can get from some trusted resources. And one of those, I'm always going to shield this. It's a free site. Thomas Bukowski's thepatternSite.com. He's the one who wrote the Encyclopedia of Pattern Trading, or pattern chart patterns. And this is basically that encyclopedia right here online, free for everybody. And a lot of other stuff on his site. He's got software. He's got all kinds of. It's all free. He's already made his money, and he's also made his books. And he retired at 35. He retired from trading, 35 years old. He's the guy for, if you're a pattern trader, you've got to know this guy. If you're a successful pattern trader, you know this guy. Let me put it that way. If you're a truly successful pattern trader, you know Thomas Bukowski. Or what you learned was heavily influenced by Thomas Bukowski. Otherwise, you're probably just taking whatever any old YouTuber says. Well, it breaks out 68% of the time. For every freaking day. All right. So I just try to, I'm just trying to share some things that work for me. And I think the way that you really learn TA or get good at this thing is just pick up things from different people. Whatever resonates with you, give it a try, and if it makes sense, and you develop your own little style. Maybe you use this indicator, that technique, this and that. What works for you speaks to you. I just share with what speaks with me. And as I learn new things, I didn't used to have these 3 moving averages on there, but through my back testing and everything, I looked at it as a joke. I looked at the 666 moving average as a joke. I was like, all right, I'm bored. Let's see what happens. And I was like, oh my God, price respects you. And I did the same thing for the 360. 800's a given one. So I added those 3, and they do help me out a bunch to see what the momentum looks like on higher time frames is basically how that translates. But welcome to the stream. Hope you do join the free Telegram group, because I got lots of information over there for free. You gotta dig for it and find it in the file sections or whatever. But there's lots of good information over there. I want to take a look at a few little things. We looked at Moonwell, we looked at Doge, we looked at QNP and OP and GOAT. I promised someone last night I'd take a look at Notcoin, and I have not done that. Let's take a look at Notcoin here on Binance. I need to take a look and see how Casma memes are doing. So Notcoin, I would say that looks like is that 886? That's a deep ass retracement right there. Yeah, you're technically past it by that pull. What do you look like over here? Okay, we'll go with that. I'll actually go with that bottom. And price, we're saying it come down here. And then bounced up there. We don't need that there. Oh, well, I guess it corresponds with our 382. All right, so we're at a possible bottom area, man. Only when the next rung down is here. That's 0.0041 for Notcoin. It sucks ever since Telegram was doing great, and it's got great technology. It always has, but it's always been under fire by governments. And they always have. And I don't know what's going on with it, and I don't know how successful they are to keep the government out of it or anything. But when they came out it was 1 or 2 cycles ago. I think it's been about 2 cycles ago. It seems like. Our government, the U.S. government, started giving them hell. I think Russia gave them hell, and our government was started giving them hell too. The SEC or something was because they were trying to launch the token before. So apparently, for some reason, it appears that this one is a threat to those in charge, and they don't like it and don't want to see it succeed. That's how I read this. That's how I read the chicken bones. And so it's being suppressed because that would just make it too easy for people to do things with their money that they can't control otherwise. It's sad, but man, crypto has had such a battle and still having such a battle. And we just need those people to think that way out of control. We just need to get them out. Get them out. They're all part of the big machine. And we don't need that big global machine. There ain't nothing wrong with us all having our little countries and our own cultures the way our world has always been and just getting along. But instead, just like we're trying to be all forced to mishmash into one big old glob. Just take all the colors and just mix them up and not that racially, but just all the different colors of whatever, how you see it, of the world, and mix them up and just make this big old meshy, ugly gray ball. And instead of, I like Japanese culture. I don't want to see it be all, let them get away from it. Native American, every group has their history and everything. It's like they're trying to just eradicate all of that and get us under one world government. The prophecy spoke of such. They said that day would come. They said that there would be a mark that you would take in your right hand or on your forehead, and you couldn't buy or sell without it. That mark has a name. And I bet you could arrange these to make them say 666 some way. CBDCs are not the answer for what we need in our life, but Bitcoin is our way out. Notcoin not doing so good. Needs to get up to $11. She's got a fight on her hands, man. She's got to get past. She looks like she's trying to recover. But man, she's had a hard run. Probably not going to be the faster movement because I think whatever powers that be just don't want to see Telegraph take off. And I think there's going to be, unless there's a change in our government here in the U.S., I would expect the SEC to still put pressure on to a shit ton of these altcoins. And I hope that's not what I see happening in the Bitcoin dominance chart, because that would be a good explanation as to why altcoins would just fall off here if Bitcoin takes off, and why they would suck and not do good. I'm just saying that's a scenario that I can see play out if Bitcoin dominance wants to just go parabolic with a breakout here. Everybody's thinking she's going to break to the downside, but what's she doing? She's flirting with breaking to the upside, and if it does on this, I'm giving her all the leeway I can right here. Come on, we'll take you to the there. Okay, we got a little bit more room to go if we're going to stretch it to the very wicks there. We might get lucky. It looked like we had a breakout. She keeps on going. Maybe we'll get rejected at 60 and then we'll have a little mini altcoin season. Maybe. That's what everybody's hoping for and thinking it's going to happen. I just see the real possibility, man, that it may go higher. But that's where the real altcoin seasons happen, when we were bouncing off the 73% those two times. Well, other than the one in 2017, which was just, I don't think we'll ever see one that good again. I know. Just my personal opinions. Oh, snap. Sean? Steamy double turd pattern. Ooh. I'm here for the taco side. Matty Ghost, I love traders that show the charts. That's all that matters when the RSS is cooked. It's reset time. Yep, that RSI is important. I like pumpkin culture, says Strega. Is it? Is it? Oh my gosh, it is. Poof. Oh, I got a different pumpkin face. After a certain amount of time, I kind of turned into a pumpkin at night. We did pretty good. Still didn't go over all the coins I was going to, but I had a bunch of them to go over. I do want to take a quick look at OM, see how it's doing. There's a couple that have been on the downside today that may be worth looking at. And that's where GOAT was on my list there too. So OM, I like this one. I'm in this one and started out kind of small and I'm still building a bag. I decided to build a bag of this guy. She really looks to me like she's wanting to try to go parabolic. So I want to keep your eyes on this one. How do you want to draw that from here? Because that looks really good. She's doing her thing and coming back, and she could be just keep trying to do this. So not too bad of a price to nibble, but she's still high though. But we cleared this area. I think this one's worth looking at. Real quick over here. OM. It's Mantra. Let's see what Tokenmetrics says about it for maybe a longer term hold, because that's what it would have to be, especially if you're buying where it is, right? So it's kind of neutral valuation. It says it's a little overvalued right now. So, okay, I'll take that in consideration. $1.2 billion market cap. Circulating supply is 877 million out of 1.7 billion. It's a security first real world asset layer 1 blockchain. So I've been in it for a little while, well below $1. Oh, I'm on the market cap. I'm not even on the coin. Well, that sucks. There we go. Oh, yeah. You're too hard to buy, baby. So she did come back toward the channel here and retested this guy. She might double top here. I don't know. Looks like she might hang around here for a little bit. Let's keep our eye on this one. She's still on the channel, but let's see. This is one that I thought is kind of cool. I like this one. AIOZ, and she's down a little bit today. That's a messy chart. Did you lose the bottom line? Ooh, she's not. Okay, we'll keep our eye on this one. Because even it looks like there's no doubt that that's a trend line loss. All right, let's keep our eyes on this one. She was up to like $1 something, and she's at 39 cents now. If I had to guesstimate where that she would be headed. Oh man, no, say it's not so. Say you're not going to 24 cents. Can't be, no. Crap, I may have to adjust one of my positions on this little guy. All right. I was hoping to find something that might be at a good chance to buy. I'm not yet convinced. But there are some signs that says, might be something going on here. It might be. So let's don't throw it out of the woods just yet. Let's see how it does to this trend line here. Keep our eye on AIOZ and OM. All right, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Bitcoin is sitting at $69,919. She's been going up since we've been streaming. Things are looking good. I think things are looking good and juicy, and altcoins will get a little bump up, but I think Bitcoin is still going to be the star of the show. We'll take a look and see how the market responds tomorrow on Monday, but we're definitely getting a nice little fresh breeze tonight of a little, I don't know, what would you say, liquidity coming into the market, money coming into the market. We like that. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Trade carefully and God bless you. On the end screen, Sean. Boomer.
Come on.